Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I feel so honored and privileged and humbled to be covering such a pivotal moment in our sports history today. Because for those that know, and for those that don't know, the WBC has finally went ahead and did what they should have done a long time ago. We've been waiting years for this moment here on True School Sports, but we finally got it. And the result is the fact that the WBC has went ahead and they've stripped Jermall Charlo of the belt. You know, it took years of not fighting. It took multiple arrests. But he's no longer the champion. So hopefully Jermall Charlo gets his life in order. The only reason that this belt even got taken away is because he got into trouble with the law again. Another DUI arrest for Jermall Charlo. So I'm not gonna kick a man while he's down. He's got bigger problems beyond just boxing, and I hope for his sake that he gets the right, because you know, it's quite sad what's happening to Jermall Charlo, because this is a guy that, you know, if I can remember as far back as 8 years ago, 7-8 years ago, all the talent in the world to be more than what he's been in boxing, and it's just been a slow but sure decline for him. So hopefully it gets all right. But with them finally getting rid of Jermall Charlo as a champion, they've went ahead and they've elevated longtime interim champion Carlos Adames as the WBC champion. Carlos Adames is now the world champion, so now we can call him the world champion, because Carlos Adames has been the interim champion since he beat Juan Montiel in 2022. So we're talking about what? October 2022. We're talking about a year and 4 or 5 months, but basically 18 to 19 months as interim champion, sitting there waiting behind Jermall Charlo. So good for him. Good for Carlos Adames, because Adames, he's had a long, tough, arduous road, you know, from when he lost Patrick Teixeira back then, and you know, beating some good guys, beating Derevyanchenko, beating Juan Montiel, beating Julian Williams. Now he gets a chance to be champion, and I think this is good, because now this will clear up things in the middleweight division a little bit more. You know, I think him just being the WBC champion makes the middleweight division a bit more credible, because the middleweight division right now, really and truthfully, is one of the worst divisions in boxing. So good for Carlos Adames. And, you know, they've already went ahead and they've announced what his next fight's going to be. Carlos Adames will, in fact, be making the first defense of his WBC title on the undercard of Frank Martin and Gervonta Davis, and he'll be taking on former U.S. Olympian and Tim Tszyu opponent Terrell Gausha. Yes, that Terrell Gausha. Now, it is worth noting that Terrell Gausha quietly has had 2 fights since he lost to Tim Tszyu, because I haven't really thought about too much about Terrell Gausha or talked about him at all since the Tim Tszyu fight. But he's had 2 fights. He beat a fighter by the name of Brandon Lynch by knockout, and then he beat Keandre Leatherwood by majority decision. So that's what he's been up to since he lost to Tim Tszyu. And you know, we'll see how it goes. I mean, best wishes to Gausha. He's always been there, been willing to fight the best people. We'll see what happens, you know. We'll see what happens in the fight. Best luck to him. Best luck to Adames. But now with Adames being the champion, there's going to be one fight and one fight only that fans of the middleweight division like myself are going to be campaigning for. And that's a unification fight. Should, of course, Adames be successful against Gausha, a unification fight against Janibek, you know, the unified champion. You know, Janibek has the IBF and WBO titles. Now Adames having the WBO title, the WBC title, I should say. That makes that fight a 3-belt unification fight, and automatically makes it one of the best fights in the division. Factor in that these guys have a lot of history. You know, there's been a lot of rumors, and with me being involved in boxing, like I've heard it through the grapevine from so many different people about what happened in the sparring between Janibek and Carlos Adames, and really, I just want to see the fight. So now that these guys now occupy 3 of the 4 world titles, it only makes sense that this could be the fight that winds up happening next. Now, my humble opinion, just from what I know, is I don't know if the top-ranked matchmakers are going to want to make that fight right away. You know, is that fight big enough for Top Rank and PBC to work together? I mean, Adames could always go ahead and fight Arizani Lara, who's the WBA champion, and that's the unification fight. And then the Janibek fight winds up becoming bigger. You know, winds up being a undisputed fight, no matter who wins that fight. You know, so there's definitely multiple ways to skin a cat and go about all this, but I do think the middleweight division is going to heat up. I think this domino falling makes the middleweight division a more interesting division. You know what I'm saying? Because now there's going to be more world title fights. There's more possibilities for a potential undisputed champion. So it is what it is. But as far as Janibek, you know, we know that Janibek Twitter account is always shooting off at the mouth. Janibek's Twitter account had this to say about one Carlos Adames. He stated the following, and I quote, "Carlos Adames, welcome to my club. Congratulations. Now you're the world champion. Let's make a fight. Let's make this fight. We are ready for belts. WBC, IBF, WBO, and the ring." So he wants that lineal title on the line. So we'll see how it winds up going. We'll see you know, how this fight goes ahead and gets made. Adames did respond to this on his Twitter by saying, and I quote, "Thanks for the congratulations, but what club are you referring to? If it's the elite club, you still aren't there, even though you haven't let me enjoy my title for not even a day. Getting 3 more wouldn't be a problem." So there you go. So already fighters shooting off at the mouth, talking. And that's what we want. I want the middleweight division to, you know, it's not a great division right now, so I would like this division to crown an undisputed champion so that there's a definitive guy, because a division with this little depth needs a definitive guy. And yeah, I think now it's a great time for the division, you know. So I want to see these guys hopefully unify as soon as possible. I want to see Ian Green, my boy, in the WBA rankings get a shot at some point. You know, I want to see Elijah Garcia get his shot. I want to see a lot of fighters. Emma Williams is in the mix now. Hamza Shiraz. So I think middleweight is moving in a better direction, and I hope that Charlo, now not being in the picture, holding up the WBC belt, can help this division get to a better level than it's been at in recent years. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Jermall Charlo suffers another arrest, another run-in with the law, which then prompts the WBC to strip him of the title and fully elevate and upgrade Carlos Adames to the full, legit, real WBC middleweight world champion. So now fights with the likes of Janibek and Erislandy Lara could be potential for Adames next. But of course, they went ahead and they already announced the fight. He will defend the belt against Terrell Boucher June 15th on the Frank Martin Gervonta Davis undercard. So let me know what you guys think about all this. Who do you is Adames now the best middleweight in the world of the champions? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterfield, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.